Social engineering is the act of exploiting human weakness to gain access to personal information and protected systems. Social engineering relies on manipulating individuals rather than hacking computer systems to penetrate a target's account. Social engineering refers to manipulation of a target so that they give up key information. In addition to stealing an individual's identity or compromising a credit cards or bank's account, social engineering can be applied to obtain a company's trade secret or exploit national security. Attackers often use the surprisingly simple tactic in social engineering schemes, such as asking people for help. Another tactic is to exploit disaster victims by asking them to provide personally identifiable information such as maiden name, address, date of birth, social security number, missing or deceased loved one. So why? Because this piece of information can later be used to identity theft. Emails can be disguised to appear as a true or originated from the known sender when they are sent from a hacker. More elaborate tactics targeted by specific people might involve learning about their interest and their sending the target link related to their interest. So let's talk about sign of a social engineering attack. Social engineering can happen anywhere, online and offline. And unlike traditional cyber attack, whereby cyber criminals are stealthy and want to go unnoticed, social engineering are often communicating with us to plain sight. Consider these common social engineering tactics that might be right under your nose. Your friend sends you a strange message. Social engineer can pose as trusted individuals in your life, including a friend, boss, co-worker, even a banking institution, and send you a conspicuous or suspicious message containing malicious link or download. Just remember, you know your friend best, and if you send them if they send you something unusual, ask them about it. Your emotions are highlighted. The more irritable we are, the more likely we are going to our guard down. Social engineers are great at stirring up our emotions like fear, excitement, curiosity, anger, guilt, and sadness. In your online interaction, consider the cause of these emotional triggers before acting on them. The request is urgent. Social engineers don't want you to think twice about their tactic. That's why many social engineering attacks involve some types of urgency, such as sweet cakes, and that's how you now new or cybersecurity software you need to download and to wipe a virus off your computer. The offer feels too good to be true. Even ever receive news that you didn't ask for. Even good news like winning a lottery or free cruise. Chances are like that are often seems to be good to be true. It's just that are potentially social engineering attack. You are received help you didn't ask for. Social engineer might reach out under the guise of a company providing help for a problem that you have a similar to, like tech support scam, and consider you might not be a expert in that line. You might believe they are who that say and they are provided them access to your device or account. The sender cannot prove their identity. If you raise any suspicious with a potential social engineer, they are unable to prove their identity. Perhaps they won't do a video call with you. For instance, chances are like that they are not to be trusted. So here are a couple of the social engineering attack are common in our cyber attack. So almost all cyber attacks have some sort of or some form of social engineering involved. The most social engineering technique also involve malware, meaning malicious software that unwillingly wreak havoc to our daily life. And First one is like scareware. As the name indicates, scareware is a malware that's sent to scare you to take action and to take action fast. It often comes with the form of pop-ups or email indicating you that act now to get rid of viruses or malware on your device. In fact, if you act, you might be downloading a computer virus or malware onto your system. So let me give you an example of scareware. So in 2019, an officer supplied and tech support company teamed up with a commits scareware act. The office supplier required its employee to run a rigged PC test on customer's device that would encourage customer to purchase unneeded repair service. Ultimately, the Federal Trade Commission ordered the supplier, the tech support company, to pay a $35 million settlement. Email hacking. It is our nature to pay attention to the message that people we know, and social engineering know this all too well. Commandeering email account and spamming contact list with phishing scam and messages. So an example of this is, so if your friend send you an email with the object like check this out, it's really cool, so you might not think twice before opening it by taking over someone's email account. A social engineer can make those into a contact list believing that they have received emails from somewhere they know. The primary objective includes spreading malware and tricking people out of their personal data. Access tailgating, also known as piggybacking. Access tailgating is when a social engineering physically trails or follow unauthorized individuals to an area they do not have access to. They can be as simple as holding an open door for someone else. Once inside, they have full reign to access device containing important information. Phishing. Phishing is a well-known way to grab information from an unwitting victim. How it typically works: a cyber criminal or phisher send a message to a target that asks for some type of information or action that might help with a more significant crime. The ask can be simple as encouraging you to download an attachment or verifying your email address. Worth noting is there are many forms of phishing that social engineering choose from, all with different means of targeting. Spam phishing attack takes a lot of form of big email sweep, not necessarily targeting a single user. Spear phishing target individuals, perhaps an impersonated trusted contact. Whaling target celebrity on a high-level executive. DNS spoofing, also known as cache poisoning. DNS spoofing is when a browser is manipulated so that online users are redirected to malicious website bent on stealing sensitive information. In other words, DNS spoof is when your cache is poisoned and with some like malicious redirects. So let me give you an example. In 2018, a cloud computing company and its customer were victim of a DNS spoofing attack that resulted in around 17 million of cryptocurrency being stolen from the victim. Cybercriminal rerouted people trying to log out into their cryptocurrency account to a fake website that gathered their credentials to the cryptocurrency site and ultimately drained their account. Baiting. Baiting is a built-up premise of someone taking the bait, meaning danger or dangling something desirable in front of a victim and hoping that they will bite. This occurs most often to peer-to-peer sites like social media, whereby someone might encourage you to download a video or music just to discover it's infected with malwares. So now, show your device. Physical breaches. As the name indicates, physical breaches are when a cybercriminal is in plain sight, physically posing a legitimate source of stealing confidential data or informing from you, or take the information from you. This might be as colleagues or a IT person. Perhaps they are disgruntled former employee, acting like they are helping you with a format problem on your device. In fact, they could be stealing your account login. Pretexting. What is pretexting? is the use of an interesting pretext or ploy to capture someone's attention. Once the story hooks the person, the social engineer tries to trick the would be victim into providing something of a value. Oftentimes, the social engineer is impersonating a legitimate source. Watering hole attack. A watering hole attack is a one-sweep attack that infects a single web page with malware. The web page is almost always on a very popular site, or a virtual watering hole. So if you will to ensure that malware can reach as many as possible. So let me give you an example because this might be tough to understand. So in 2014, a media site was compromised with a watering hole attack attributed to Chinese cybercriminals. They exploited vulnerabilities on a media site to create a fake widget that, when loaded, infected visitors' browsers with malware. The last one is quid pro quo. So this means a favor for favor, especially. So I give you this, you give me that. In this instance of social engineering, the victim cough up something sensitive information like account logins or payment method, or like your sensitive images from your cloud. So they act like the account or payment method, and then social engineer doesn't return their end of the bargain. So as an example, like a video gaming example, you might be on a video gaming forum and on the lookout of the cheat code to surpass a different level. Perhaps you wire money to someone selling the code just to be never hear from them again and never see your money again, but you already gave the money, so and you cannot take your cheat code or get your money back. So that's called quid pro quo. So that's the all of the types and ways that common cyber attack as a social engineering attack.